Hi, my name is Mike Laidlaw. I'm the lead designer for Dragon Age 2. What we're doing for the event here is really taking some people through what we think of as the rise to power. We're moving through different levels, and we've introduced a new follower, Fenris, who's kind of showing up for the first time here. He's an escaped Tevinter slave who is being hunted by his former master, and of course he is on a kind of a path of vengeance, but he's also trying to escape. So he becomes a character you can kind of push in one of two directions as you intervene. And then further on, people are playing into an area in the deep roads that's kind of an abandoned tide that no one's found before. And what they'll find down there is a climactic boss battle, this huge kind of creature of living stone that's going to come after them. Well, the rivalry system is something we did in reaction to, I guess, the sense that in Dragon Age Origins, if you invested in enough booze, you could kind of game the system. So, and it didn't feel right to me to have Morrigan in a place where, she really liked me because I got her drunk. That just didn't work for the character. And of course, we've always been about, the characters and their interactions. So, rivalry introduces the concept of agreeing to disagree. You've got some fundamental elements of the character that maybe you as a player have chosen, not to agree with Hawk. And so the two of you develop kind of this mutual respect but disagreement. And then, of course, I think the other big element that's being worked in for companions is the idea of your family being part of your adventure. Having a brother or a sister that join you and that kind of offer a different perspective, something we really haven't done before in a Bioware game. So it's very exciting to see that play out. I think the idea that the game is being told in a frame narrative where two storytellers are kind of engaged in exploring Hawk's history means that we get to play with how people perceive your character. And I think it goes to a major theme of the game, as I see it, is that legends are made, not born. Hawk isn't a child of prophecy, he or she isn't born into this. They're a survivor trying to get out. And yet at the very beginning of the game, what you see is this super powered, overblown, everything explodes in my path version of the character you're going to play. And I think it serves two purposes. One, it does get players right into the action. You want to play a rogue, this is how they play. It kind of gives you that first glimpse and really gets you familiar, I guess, with the controls and the way the combat's changed. But for someone who's thinking about the story, it also tells you how your character's perceived. This is the legendary version of your character that people talk about, which is something I wanted to give the player a taste of so that it makes the struggle to survive that much more real. It wasn't a character who could fight through wave after wave. It was a character who was trying to get his mom, his brother, and his sister away from an inescapable horror.
There's no end to them.
Well, the skill tree, I think, we see probably one of the biggest overhauls in the whole game, and it was part of just our approach to combat. So we recognized very early on that Origins had some really amazing elements. The sense of working together as a team, coordinating your attacks, all those things were fabulous. But the way they were presented was very awkward. There was a lot of slow movement, a lot of careful positioning that often was like a fail state rather than, oh, okay, that's just tactical. So what we wanted to do is make sure that you still felt like you had to work together. You had to build your skills up, kind of build a team that could deliver death like a concert, but at the same time to make it sort of smoother, more responsive, and frankly more satisfying experience. And to do that, a lot of things change. So skill trees are now not linear chains, they're now kind of webbed, so you can build in multiple paths. You can buy upgrades for abilities you really enjoy using. And on top of that then, the sense that the classes can kind of work together and create situations that other classes can capitalize on. So that results in a much more tactical gameplay, even though it's delivered in a pace that feels more like it's an action game, yet it isn't because it requires you to think.
Bloody flames, what were those things?
So Dragon Age 2 will be out on the PS3, the Xbox 360, and the PC, all on March 8th here in North America, March 11th in Europe.